Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good, everybody? Ready for some football today? Ready for some football on a Sunday morning? Hope everybody out there doing good. Gonna get into a little Giants conversations today. Dealing with the game we got today. Giants going up against the Commanders. Commandos. but we're gonna see what's going down. It's a big game, biggest game of the season so far. You got Giants 7-4, Washington 7-5. So the winner of this game is probably gonna be in good position to get into the playoffs now. What's good, Ronnie? How you doing? Yup, game day. Let's go. But let's get into it a little bit. Let's get into this game. What are the keys to this game now? What stands out about this game? The Washington front four is real. You know what I'm saying? They're real, they're good, and we do believe that Chase Young is not going to be playing today. So that is a definitely a blow to them, you know what I'm saying? Because he is a difference maker. Meanwhile, the Giants get their rusher back, and that's Azeez Ojulari. What's good, irrelevant? Logan Thomas is gonna have a huge day today. We'll see. We'll see. The Giants do struggle to cover tight ends, so I can't argue with that per se, but we are gonna be able to I believe hold down Mr. Logan Thomas. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. Azeez coming back is huge for us. It's a huge deal. And I'm going to tell you why it's huge, because it's going to take pressure off Leo, Dex, and Kayvon Thibodeau now. Azeez is going to be on a pitch count. He won't be playing all the snaps, obviously, coming off the injury. But he'll definitely be in there. I see Wink using him on third down and long, those passing situations. So that's going to be able to open up this pass rush, man, because my key to this game is a lot of talk's been made about the Washington Commanders front four, but I think the Giants front four is what's going to be the key to this game now, because we're getting healthy on that side of the ball. You're going to be able to have Zimenez and Jahad Ward a little bit fresher coming off the edge too, with Azeez in the mix. So I think getting to Taylor Heineke is going to be the key to the Giants winning this game. If the Giants come away with 3 to 4 sacks, I think we win this game. And another thing is, as far as the defense is concerned, we've got to be able to keep Terry McLaurin from going off. He has killed the New York Giants in recent memory. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that game, that first game they played last year, where they was going back and forth up and down the field. And we all know what happened in that game. But I do expect Daniel Jones and Slayton. I expect Daniel Jones and Slayton to get a little bit of revenge today, man. Slayton, poor guy, he's been dogged, man. He's been killed ever since that one game, man. And today is get back, man. Today is get back for Jones. Today is get back for Darius Slayton. And I want to see these guys come out here and have a good game, as well as Saquon Barkley. It's a huge game for these three, man. But let's get into it. So what do the Giants need to do really to win this game? The Giants have got to offensively, they've got to come out and they've got to establish the run. Now, I know Washington's run defense is really good, but the Giants got to be able to slow down this running game. I don't know if Gibson is playing for Washington today, but they got some good backs over there, man. They got some pretty good running backs. So their offensive line is okay, but this is where Azeez Ojulari comes into effect. We've been talking about him quite a bit on these Giants conversations I've been doing. And he's going to be one of the keys to help out that run defense. I think he's a much better edge setter than one O'Shane Zimenez and maybe even than Kayvon Thibodeau at this point. So I do want to see them really clamp down on this run game because Heineke's going to throw. He's going to make these crazy plays, but he's also going to be prone to mistakes too, especially if you're getting pressure on him. That's why this is the key to this game. The Giants get pressure on Taylor Heinicke, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? On offense, don't turn the ball over. Don't give Washington, because Washington's offense is not an explosive offense. They do struggle to move the ball at times, and you can't shut them down. So the key to doing that, though, is not making mistakes. Not making mistakes. Yes, Ronnie, they need to hold the QB from making those splash plays. Exactly. Those big plays down the field. Where Heinicke gets out the pocket, he's a scrambler, so you got to keep contained on him and limit those explosive plays. I mean, this is a big play offense, Washington. You know what I'm saying? Because they got McLaurin, they got Logan Thomas, like Irrelevant said. So I do think that they got to limit these big plays, man. And the key to that is putting pressure on Taylor Heinicke. Now, the way you do that is you gotta stop them on first and second downs. You gotta get them in third and longs. You can't get them because third and short, they're gonna run the ball. They're a running team, much like we are, and they're gonna want to run the football on third and short. So you gotta get them on third and long and force Heinicke to beat you. Force Taylor Heinicke to beat you. Force him into mistakes. He's an average quarterback. He's not great. He's not going to pick you apart like, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or somebody. So there's nobody to be scared of. I know people out there, yeah, he beat the Giants twice last year. Yeah, whatever. That's that's not a championship trophy for Mr. Heinicke. We know how bad the Giants were last year, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So not giving him no cookies for that, So, but we do need to get pressure on this guy. You know what I'm saying? And definitely keep them in check as far as those explosive plays. Now, these teams are evenly matched. I'm not going to lie. They are evenly matched, and this could be a game where it's really close in the fourth quarter. And when a game is really close, there's really comes down a lot of times to coaching and what the coaches do to put their players in the best situation to win these close games. Time management, substitutions, packages. We talked about the third and longs. I want to see Wink get a little creative, when he's bringing the blitz, but don't rely too heavily on the blitz. I do think that Fabian Moreau will be coming back in this game, hopefully. I'm still kind of, going back and forth looking to check the injury reports or whatever. But as far as I know, Fabian Moreau should suit up. Yeah, he is active. So the inactives are Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay's not playing. Adoree Jackson, Darnay Holmes is out. Wow, that's great. Shane Lemieux, Azudu, Lawrence Cager, and Ellerson Smith. So, I don't know why Darnay Holmes is out, but Galladay apparently is sick, and I don't know what's going on with Lawrence Cager. And I forgot Ellerson Smith was even on his team. I mean, my goodness, talk about a waste. I mean, we've gotten nothing out of that dude. And a lot of people were saying he's going to be the one of the bigger, contributors on this team as far as a pass rush. They was writing O'Shane Zimenez off and putting this guy in his spot, and he hasn't even been on the field barely. Um, so, but that's that. So that means Fabian Moreau is going to be out there, which is great news. Um, hopefully he can slow down McLaurin and prevent some of these explosive plays. Now, Darnay Holmes being out, I guess that means Flott's going to start. So we'll see how that goes. But we definitely would have been good to have Adoree Jackson in this game because of the speed of one Terry McLaurin. That's going to be a matchup the Giants are going to have to be very, very weary of because he was toasting Bradbury last year. So um I don't know if Fabian Moreau's up to the task. Hopefully he is, because really, like I said, that's the key to this game. Limiting explosive plays, keeping Washington behind the sticks and forcing Taylor Heineke to beat you, and getting pressure and hopefully force a couple turnovers. Ronnie says O'Shane has had a great and will continue with the help of Wink. Yeah. Zimenez has played well. And I think having Aziz will help Zimenez. It's going to help him keep him fresh to where he can come in on those third downs. Imagine if you could see a pass rushing lineup of like Zimenez, Aziz, KT, and Dexter Lawrence. Like one of those packages like the Giants used to have back in the day, the NASCAR package. So that could be another wrinkle they could put in this game today. You know what I'm saying? Is having Aziz is really a big deal. I don't know how much I can harp on this, but because he definitely brings at least a threat to be able to win a one-on-one matchup. The problem a lot of times is with the Giants is they're not winning their one-on-one matchups because KT and Dex and some of these other guys have been getting double teamed. Not KT as much, and KT has won his matchups quite a few times, but Dex and Lee are definitely getting doubled in the middle, and it's been hard on those guys. And you need the guy on the other side on those edges to win their matchups in order to be able to get to the quarterback consistently. You got to get pressure with four. I like Winks. I like his blitzing. I like his aggressiveness, but he can't rush and get pressure with four, and that was the whole reason why we needed Aziz in the first place, so that we could get pressure with four, drop back, and make our blitzes a little bit harder to read, So that's one thing I will say about that. But Giants got to win this game. This is a big, big game, because if you lose, you drop to fourth in your division. And then you're going to have to play Philly, and then you're going to have to turn around and play Washington again, coming off the bye in their house. So that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for you to get into the playoffs. And I do think this team needs to, should, and will make the playoffs, because they got to get confidence installed back in this fan base. I hear too much negativity out this fan base. This fan base has been beaten and battered, by this team in recent memory. And there's just a lot of negativity, that there's people out there that think we're going to get blown out in this game. I've seen scores 31-10, 31-17 by loyal Giants fans. Giants fans have been loyal to this team, through the old days, man. And to see this kind of negativity and this kind of lack of confidence in a 7-4 team is alarming. Yeah, we got our issues, but so does the Commanders, so do the Eagles, so do the Cowboys, so does every other team in the NFL. So I do want to see some confidence, let's be fans, man. Let's root for this team. Let's get behind the team. Let's, talk our smack, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to knock the hell out the Washington football team, whatever they call themselves. I mean, like, I don't see a lot of that from these fans nowadays, man. It's just more of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham Jr. We're gonna get into OBJ here. He had his visit with the Giants Thursday and Friday. You know, there was reports he wants to be a Giant. He loves it here. You know, he stayed over at Sterling Shepard's house supposedly, and um, all of that good stuff. He met with the Bills yesterday. I think he's gonna meet with the Cowboys tomorrow. But my take has always been that I do believe that Beckham should sign with the Giants, but in the offseason. I don't think rushing him back from 2 ACL injuries um, to try to get him up to speed to learn an offense um, and get incorporated in the system, you know, with, you know, 3 or 4 games left in the season. I don't think that's really smart for the Giants or for Odell Beckham Jr. I think it'd be better if he sat out the rest of the season and then signed with the Giants in the offseason, where he would have a whole training camp and offseason to build chemistry with the team and the quarterback, whoever that may be. So Ryan A, 21-27 Giants. I'm gonna give my prediction at the end. I guess you kind of figure out which way I'm leaning, but I do think the Giants will win this game. But let me think about the score here a little bit, because the Giants, they just don't score a lot of points consistently. So I'm waiting for the over 30-point game. Still haven't got it yet, but we'll see, man. We'll see, man. Daniel Jones does seem to cook the Washington Commanders. And he does seem to show them up a little bit. 4-1 record. Has some of his better passing games against them. Just thinking back to last year, that was an excellent game by Jones. Saquon, he's had some good games against Washington as well. So we'll see. What's good, Ronnie? What's good, man? Got the link in the chat if any of y'all want to pull up. I'm just going solo right now, but just going chit chat, try to take y'all up to right around game time, like I normally do, and then we'll bounce out of here. But just how's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling about the game? I know a lot of fans are nervous. I'm not nervous about the game. We are at home. We do have certain advantages over Washington. One is at running back, 2 is at quarterback, and 3 is at coaching. Two of 3 of the most important, and you could say left tackle as well if you want to say that. So that's why Chase Young didn't want to play today. He didn't want to play go up against one Andrew Thomas and Mr. Evan Neal. Evan Neal being back is going to be huge. Evan Neal and Daniel Bellinger are playing today. And they are expected to suit up, and I think they are going to have big games. You know, I think they're going to have big games because what they do is they assist in the running game. Daniel Bellinger has been an excellent blocker this season. If you watch film, he does a great job opening up those plays for Saquon in the running game, as does Evan Neal. You know, Evan Neal is a much better run blocker than Tyree Phillips or anybody else they put on that side. So we definitely have to see how this is going to play out now. For Washington, it's what's his name? Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat is probably going to be lined up. I'm guessing over Evan Neal. I'm not sure how they line him and Young up, or how they line their defensive ends up. But the main thing is with the Washington front four is getting pressure up with their 2 tackles. You know, they got 2 excellent defensive tackles, just like we do, in Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen. So those guys getting pressure up the middle against, I'm guessing it's going to be Feliciano and Nick Gates out there starting at left guard. So that's gonna be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? I guess Glowinski's active. He was dealing with an injury, a back injury, but I didn't see him on the injury report. So having him out there is great, which means we don't have to replace another starter. So Right now, we got Nick Gates, and I'm interested to see how Nick Gates does it guard. Um, I'm interested to see how Nick Gates does it guard, man, because Nick Gates could be a very key part of this offensive line. Um, Coming down the stretch because he has the ability to play all five positions on the line. If in an emergency, they can put Nick Gates at tackle. So he's played tackle before. Don't want him there, but he can do it. So Nick Gates is definitely going to be a key to this line coming down the stretch here because I think you know, people gonna be in and out the lineup, and you're gonna need healthy bodies, man. But I've actually been impressed with this Giants offensive line. Them given all the injuries and everything that's went on, they've actually held their own. Shout out to Bobby Johnson, the offensive line coach. He has definitely made a huge difference. Going from the mess of offensive line coaches we had the last 2 years to getting this guy, and this guy being able to plug and play different starters and different moments of the game and different parts of the season is phenomenal. The Giants' offensive line has not been great, but it's not been a hindrance on this offense. The hindrance has been the wide receivers, but we talked about the wide receivers ad nauseum. I don't want to get back into the wide receivers. Kenny Galladay's not going to be out there. So again, you're gonna have Slayton and Isaiah Hodges and Richie James to get it done. But this is why I think the Giants are relying heavily on the run game and probably mix in Daniel Bellinger. Having Kaiser out is something that I wasn't expecting either. So I'm interested to see what happened with him because he was pretty good in the pass game, but in the run game not so much. But having Bellinger is great, but I would have liked to seen Kaiser out there too, just to switch it up, just so you got a guy that can go out and block and a guy that can go out and run routes, because we definitely need pass catches. But Bellinger can do it. I guess Chris Myrick will be out there to help in the run game as well. So hopefully that'll get it done. Should be a big game for Barkley. Let's get sprinkle some Matt Breida and Gary Brightwell in there today. I want to see those two guys get going a little bit. Saquon's wearing down, y'all. Y'all got to realize this. Saquon is wearing down, and he needs rest, man. You got to rest this guy coming down the stretch, and especially if you're going on a playoff run, you definitely want to give Saquon some rest, and you don't want him out there, man, playing, all these snaps, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy is tough as nails. Don't get it twisted, man. But Matt Breida can run the football. So can Gary Brightwell. You can give Saquon a rest. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, like get these guys a little bit more involved. Matt Breida can also go out and run routes and catch passes. That's another thing you could do. You could do two running back sets with him and Barkley in the game, or Breida and Brightwell, or Barkley and Brightwell, however you want to do it. But I want to see the Giants mix their personnel up a little bit, man, and start getting these teams off, from keying in on your two main guys, which is Barkley and Daniel Jones. So you got to get some of these other guys involved. We know the receivers are what they are, just to be nice about it. But we got running backs that can do damage as well. Now we got our tight end back. I want to see Daniel Jones run a little bit more. That's another thing they haven't done a lot in recent weeks is, Daniel Jones on the keeper, on the boots, So these are things the Giants can do to really win this game and not go and fall behind in this playoff race, because things are going to get tight. And this is when, you make your money, man. We haven't seen the Giants in this position in a very long time in December, and we're in the playoff hunt. So this is where I want to see this team really get cooking. Also, it's a division opponent. You already lost 2 games in the division. Don't go down to 0-3, because that means you're going to have to win the last 3 games, and that's going to be difficult to do to sweep Philadelphia and beat Washington on the road coming off a bye. So this is the game. this is the game right here. Outside of the remaining 3 division games, the Giants also have games against the Colts and the Vikings. Those games are no gimmies, especially Minnesota on the road. Um, so this is this is the game right here, man. This is the game where the Giants really gotta take it up a notch, man. And you want to see Saquon and Daniel Jones, man, make those contracts, man. Make y'all's money, man, that y'all want trying to get in the off season. This is the game to go out there and do it. Now, what else is going on, man? What else is going on out here? Let's take a look around here and see what else we got going on here. Just checking Twitter, see if anything is popping. But how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling in the chat, man? How y'all feeling in the chat, man? Giants, Commanders. Giants, Commanders. Daniel Jones, he's been good against this team. He's been good against this team. But that game last year kind of stuck out. That game last year kind of stuck out. Wasn't his fault, but I go Rodney, man. Got somebody up here, man. What's good with you, Rodney?
Hey, what's good, man? How's it going there, NYG?
And not much, man. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into this game, doing my little pregame. You know what I'm saying? But how you feeling about this game, man? How you feeling, man? What you think the keys to this matchup are? I laid out a couple of them, but what's your thoughts?
My keys to this matchup is, I mean, there's playoff ramifications with this game right now. As you said a little bit earlier, that you have to be able to come into this game knowing that it's a must win as far as the division.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must win division wise. We got to be able to establish the run with this game. We have to play good, disciplined run defense because Brian Robinson, he's a beast. Coming back from, nobody
Robinson,
was
that's the one I was thinking about. It's Robinson and Gibson, right? That's the
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. I mean Robinson and Gibson there. That's a good backfield right there. I mean Robinson, he's the workhorse. He's the guy that is going to get you those tough yards. Gibson is more somewhat of a finesse runner. But bottom line is we have to be able to play good run defense. That's first and foremost. We also got to establish a good pass rush to be able to get after Taylor Heineke. Because our DB, for lack of a better way of saying it, we're not the best in the backfield, but as long as we're able to contain Terry McLaurin, we at least have a chance. So we have to play good run defense. Our cornerbacks have to be disciplined with their coverage on these wide receivers going out. It's got to be. So all in all, it's got to be a overall good game from every side, special teams, defense, and offense.
What's good, Jeffrey? I see you, Jeff. Welcome to the show, man. What's good, Tudo?
Tudo says Jeffrey,
master salutes. Our big brother NYG, Rodney, and Miss Ronnie in the house. What's good, Tudo? Hope everything good with you, man.
What is up, guys? I'm representing here with my guys on Popular Opinion Sports and the legendary Big Blue Corner over here on some Giants conversations, getting ready for the biggest game for the New York Giants in 6 years. Giants Commanders. It's going to be a damn good game. I think you guys saw the inactive list, right?
Yeah, I went over that earlier. I was surprised to see Darnay Holmes and Lawrence Cage on there. Kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop, but Galladay, he's not playing. Apparently, he's sick. What's new? But yeah.
Well, I think it might be a plus for him not playing.
Yeah.
And I think it might be a plus Holmes not playing too, because I'd rather see Rodarius Williams or Cordero Flott in the slot than I would rather see Holmes.
I think Flott's gonna be in the slot.
Yeah.
And Williams will be on the outside with Fabian Morneau. Yeah. So I think Rodarius Williams. He does have good speed. But who would you rather see on McLaurin, him or Moreau?
Moreau. I'd rather
Me
put
too.
the better veteran guy out there. I'd
Me
have
too.
Rodarius Williams take his chance. Is Dotson playing for the Commanders or he's out?
I believe he's playing.
I believe he's playing. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would have, you know what, Curtis Samuel then scares me in the slot because he could take the rookie to school because Samuel's had a good season. So
and that's probably who they're gonna lean on. They're gonna lean on him as well as like my man put in the chat earlier, Logan Thomas. Yeah, he's another one you're gonna have to look out for. So
I'm gonna say we gotta stop the run. We gotta stop the run. If we cannot stop the run today in this game, it could get ugly very quick because if they're able to step back and Heineke's able to find his open receivers, this game could get ugly very quick. So we have got to stop the run. That's our
Big
number
Dash.
one goal.
What's good?
What up, Big Dash?
What's going on, Dash?
Yeah, that's what I was saying too, Jeffrey. We got to stop the run, because the Giants have got to get Taylor Heineke in third and long, and
exactly.
I want to see them put pressure. You know what I'm saying? With Azeez Ojulari coming back, let's see if we can finally get pressure with 4. You know what I'm saying? And let's not make it easy for them to just drop back and read man coverage and zip, 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 you know what I'm saying, and burn our corners like Dallas did. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can get pressure with 4. You got Azeez back, you know what I'm saying? And also with Azeez coming back, you're going to have a rotation now because we know he's going to be on the pitch count. But you're going to have a rotation, and with a rotation, your guys are going to be what? Fresh. They're not gassed. What have we been talking about? The Giants' defensive line, that they're getting tired. They're wearing down. So, you know, as these guys start to get healthy and come back, let's see if we can get a little bit more of a rotation and get some of these guys coming in fresh on third and longs where they can get to the quarterback with 4.
I agree. And this is going to be our first game that we're going into here with our front 4 that we've been asking to see the entire season. First time we're actually going to have Williams, Lawrence, Ojulari, and Thibodeau all active for this game. So we got to get a pass rush too. So pass rush and our stopping the run have got to be the top 2 keys to the New York Giants. And on offense, I want to see not just running the football, guys, but I want to see design runs with the football. We try to go out there with 3 running backs at a time because we've thrown them off before. Use Barkley as a decoy. Maybe you run the ball at Brightwell. Maybe you run the ball to Breda.
Links in the chat if you want to pop on, Dash, or anybody else that want to pop on. Links always in the chat. This is an open Giants conversation. I do. Anybody can pop on at any given time. But go ahead.
I think we definitely got to get Daniel Jones running in the running game too. We have to take advantage of his legs because if we don't, I think they're going to try. Their goal right now is to bottle up Saquon Barkley because they know our deficiency at the wide receiver position. So they're going to bottle up Barkley. Have to try to get some design runs with Daniel Jones. I don't know if they're going to use a spy at all to try to look out for that coming. And we have to take a couple of shots down the field with Slayton. We have to open it up. We cannot just sit back there and just constantly try to run the football. If we drop back and at least have a chance to throw the ball down the field. But I think also the key matchup for me, I don't know if you guys talked about it, the Giants' interior offensive line against Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen.
I just talked about it.
Biggest key. Biggest key of the game. Nick Gates. I think Gates is playing left guard.
Left guard and Feliciano's at center. And then you got Glowinski, and he's been banged up with a back injury.
Yeah, and Glowinski, there are 3 offensive linemen in the middle. They're all banged up, so we really have no other alternatives. And they're going against arguably one of, if not the best interior duo defensive tackle in the league. So we got to.
But you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to double them, and that's going to be up to Andrew Thomas and especially Evan Neal to make sure that they can win their one-on-one matchups.
Got to stop Montez Sweat.
Yep.
My thing is, I'm very, very hesitant. Well, not hesitant. I'm a bit concerned over the fact that they're going to play Nick Gates at the guard position. And the only reason why I say that is because of what happened last year. I'm not trying to, put negativity in the air, is because they put him out there at left guard, and he got hurt playing the guard
The
position.
same game, yeah.
Yep.
It's the same team.
Exactly. So that was my biggest concern.
And that's a
coming
get
into
back
the
game
game.
for Nick Gates too. Nick Gates,
Exactly.
Daniel Jones, Darius Slayton. Yeah, we got some. These guys old Washington one, bro.
Slayton
yeah.
especially.
Yeah,
That was my biggest concern going in. I'm like, well, if Zudu can't play, who are they gonna kick in there at the left guard? Now, I do think Bredesen is active, and if that was the case, I'm very surprised that they were going to start Nick Gates at center if Bredesen is active, because I would have rather seen Gates at center. He did a very, very good job last week in Dallas at center. So that was I'm very, very surprised at that they have Gates starting at left guard. But he can't play the position, so all in all, the interior has to step up, But something you said, Jeffy, as far as pass rush for, the Giants, last week against Dallas, we were getting pressure with 4. We were getting a lot of pressure with 4.
Yeah.
So if we can duplicate that same exact game plan for Taylor Heineke, the only concern is you cannot let him get outside the pocket. You have to keep him contained.
Yeah.
He can get outside the pocket and he can make plays on the run. So we have to be able to keep him contained. That's the main thing. So if we can get constant pressure, keep him contained, make him make mistakes. That is the key. Make him make mistakes and be able to capitalize on those mistakes with our offense. That's the biggest thing for me today.
So this is the first game with all 4 of them playing, because that's right. I remember Leo didn't play in the Dallas game.
Yep.
So yeah, they need to get pressure with 4.
There's a change in the return game too. The Giants apparently are going to have Marcus Johnson taking kickoffs instead of Gary Brightwell, because they believe that he's a burner and he's going to be a more dynamic option in the return game for
just don't
the
fumble, because that guy he doesn't have good hands. So that's my concern. At least Gary Brightwell, he don't fumble the ball. I don't like the fact that he takes it out every game, but at least he holds on to the football. These other guys, these wide receivers, they got drop problems and they got fumble problems. I don't trust them.
Yeah, and Richie James is banged up too. He's got that bad knee he's been playing through for the past couple of weeks, so they probably want to try to lessen his workload and put him out there as a wide receiver.
Well, they probably just looking for a spark, Jeffy. We haven't gotten no spark in the return game all year, so they looking for a spark, man. But be careful, because a fumble on a kick return, that's easy points for an offense. Easy points. So that'd be my concern, man. Hopefully he does all right out there, though. I'm pulling for him, but man, just don't drop the football, bro.
No, I agree with you. And what do you think Bellinger's impact is going to be on this game? What guy coming back do you think is going to make the biggest impact? Neal, Ojulari, Moreau, Bellinger. Which one of those guys can make the biggest impact?
Ojulari. Because of the impact and the pressure he takes off our other 3 linemen. Monroe, I think the corners outside of Darnay Holmes, they did all right with them out. Bellinger and Neal definitely are going to have an impact in the run game. I agree with that, man. But my key to this game is the defense. You know what I'm saying? And that being said, the most important player out of all those on defense is Azeez Ojulari, to help some of these other guys, man, get one-on-one matchups where they can, Washington's line isn't great. They're okay, but it ain't like they beast and bullies out there, man. Our guys can get pressure on those cats. What's good, Mac? I see you. What's good, man?
What up, Mac?
Fact that Brightwell was going to take it out. Yeah, that's my only concern with Brightwell, but at least he holds on to the football. So, see what Marcus Johnson can do.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Who are we running out there as far as cornerbacks? Because it's Moreau. I would love to see Rodarius Williams out there as well. Is Aaron Robinson back? That's a question.
No, he's out for the
Robinson
season.
Back. Wow. But Rodarius will be out there. Flat. Monroe, and
probably Nick McLeod would be the fourth guy.
Yeah. So
this guy's gonna be out there. We're gonna.
Oh, they brought up Zion Gilbert from the practice squad too, so I think he's gonna be an extra cornerback for them. The kid that was
an emergency. Yeah.
Why are they not bringing up that Pimpleton guy? Come on.
I don't know. That's a great
what's
question.
Going on there?
Rodney, that is a brilliant question. Why would you sign a guy to your practice squad that has the ability to be a dynamic returner and yet you don't use him? That makes no sense. Why don't you try him out there at least 1 week? If it doesn't hurt, look at the production we're getting right now from that return game anyway. Put him out there. Give him a shot. Let's see what the kid can do. We're also not getting anything for the wide receiver position. Maybe it can give a spark there as well. I mean, I don't understand it.
Ronnie says he's not ready, and that's possible. We all know talent, but sometimes it's what's upstairs. You know what I'm saying? That a kid might not be ready, man, mentally for the game. You can have all the talent in the world, but sometimes, it takes a little bit of time to put it all together mentally, man. But I agree with you guys, man. I think they need to give some of these other cats a shot, man, and just see what they got. But to the coaches, defense, you're in the playoff chase. If this was last year when the Giants were faltering, I'd say put all of them out there. Put the whole practice squad out there, just see what you got. But they're in the middle of a playoff chase in a big division game, and do you really want to put a kid out there if he's not ready? So.
Now is Landon Collins? Is he still
Collins? I don't get Collins not being elevated.
Is he even going to play? I mean, Tony Jefferson is back now too. So I mean, is Collins even going to play?
He didn't get elevated. Remember, he's on the practice squad. They got to call him up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think somebody was saying that one more call up and they got to guarantee his contract, and maybe that's the reason why they are dipping around it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think he's going to play. I think now that they brought back Tony Jefferson, they already have 4 safeties. So,
you're not going to use Collins as a safety. You're going to use Collins. He's a linebacker at this point. That's
he's a hybrid. I don't know. Why aren't we trying him out at linebacker then at least? Unless, like you said, they just don't want to guarantee his contract, so they decided to keep him on the practice squad because they just don't think that he's an effective enough player to warrant a guaranteed contract on the roster. So I don't know.
My thing is this: if you know that you brought him on, and he's not that impact safety that he was in the past, but he's gotten better as far as being that guy that can come down and cover the run. We need as much help as we can get as far as our run defense, especially up the middle. Yeah. If he's able to be, to be that yin to Jalen Smith's yang, because Jalen Smith can actually get to the outside a little bit better than Tay Crowder.
You're right.
His up the middle run
defense good, Kev. How you doing, bro?
Good. It isn't all that good, but I would love to see Landon Collins in there to help with the run. Mm-hmm. If you think he's, not going to benefit the pass as far as pass coverage, I get that. But if you believe that he can contribute to the run defense, then I don't see the problem in putting him in there. Bringing him up off the practice squad to help out with that, which is, as we can all agree, that is our biggest, concern is our run defense, especially up the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm glad
Aziz helps that too, though. Aziz helps that too, because if you got him out there instead of O'Shane Zimmerdas, you're gonna get better run defense from setting the edge. Not O'Shane has been good at it. Jahad Ward is excellent at it, but Aziz definitely provides some more strength because that's what we be getting killed at, man, on the outside runs. You know what I'm saying? Part of that is, like you said, Rodney, our linebackers have been dog shit. But the other part of it is, that our edge has got to set the edge better. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully with Aziz coming back, getting these guys rotated, keeping them fresh. That's another thing. You got guys playing high snap counts, man, wearing down towards the end of games. And the Giants offense has got to help their defense out. They got to sustain drives. They got to get back to winning time of possession, keeping other offenses off the field. You know what I'm saying? And limiting mistakes, which limits possessions for the other team. That's how you play complementary football. So I think those are some of the things you need to look for. Who wins time of possession, who wins the turnover battle, and let's see what this run game, man. If they can really slow down these cats, man, run game, man, and get them in third and longs where you can open up your pass rush. You know what I mean? But those are, I think, the keys. What's your more of your concern, guys? Is it Heineke and the receivers? We talked about McLaurin, Dotson, and those guys, or are you more afraid of Washington really getting going on the ground?
Oh, for me, it's an easy one. It's the running game. The running game is, especially Brian Robinson is starting to get it going, running the football for the Commanders, and I trust even with our limited resources at the cornerback position, that run defense with the Giants just scares the hell out of me because I think the linebackers are one of the biggest reasons why our run defense is so poor because they just don't do a good job coming up in the middle to help out that run defense. So I am more concerned about the run defense because if they get it going on the ground with Robinson and Gibson and Heineke's able to get that passing game going, it could become a very long day for us on defense. So our run game has got to play better this game.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. I am a little concerned about McLaurin and this tight end, Thomas, because of what you said, our linebackers. You know what I'm saying? They suck in run defense, but they also suck in coverage. And you're not having Flott out there as well. Is also going to be an issue. What's good, Kev? What's good, man? Appreciate you pulling up, man.
We out here, baby. Giants all day.
What up, Kev?
What's up, man? What's up?
You at the game?
Nah. I wish I was, but I'm out here outside. And I came out in my Giant gear, and
that's what's up.
That's what we
do.
Just trying to put out that positivity so we could get this W today.
Right on, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah, man.
So talk about it, man. How you feeling about this game, man?
I think my biggest concern, what I put it in my last comment is our offense, man. I feel like we put a lot of pressure on our defense to win us games when we really need our offense to step up, man. Because like there be times where I'm like, man,
Coach, good.
Huh?
Oh no, I was shouting out Coach. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. There's so many times where we driving the ball down and some type of mishap happens. We get a penalty or just we couldn't complete a drive or something. I think we need to complete these drives, man, because that'll only make this team better if we could get if our offense could put up points early instead of just coming through in the second half. We need to play full-quarter football.
I agree. Do you think
absolutely
having Daniel Bellinger and Evan Neal will help out the offense, be able to sustain drives and move the football a little bit better?
I do because I feel like before Daniel Bellinger got hurt, he was progressing, he was doing well. He was actually one of Daniel Jones' favorite targets before the injury. So I think that's gonna help out a lot. Hopefully that can open up the field and with him and Darius Slayton. So I hope, because that defense is tough, man. That Commanders defense is tough. We always have issues with them, but hopefully in this game, that offense could finally just get out of that little funk they have.
Now don't forget, Bellinger was also helping out as far as the run game as well. You know, for the simple fact,
that's correct. That's correct, because he's a good blocker.
Yeah, when you saw that Neal and when Neal and Bellinger went down, the run game looked totally different. It wasn't exactly the same.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He helps out a lot in that run game.
Absolutely.
No, he does.
Yeah,
So
no
I'm
doubt.
I'm looking forward to the game. I just wanted to pull up and chop it up with y'all real quick. I didn't want to take too much of y'all time. So man, I appreciate y'all for letting me come up in here. And salute to everybody, man. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday.
You
All
too,
right,
Kev.
Kev,
Thank you,
man.
bro.
Appreciate you pulling up, man.
No
Appreciate you,
doubt,
Alrighty,
no
brother,
Kev.
doubt,
man.
man. Yeah, yo, and unpopular opinion, man. I love your content, man. Your content is great, bro.
I appreciate you, Kev, man. You too,
No
my
doubt,
brother.
brother. Yo, be easy, y'all. Be blessed.
All
You
right, do
too.
the same, man. Yeah, man. But so, man, how we feeling, man? Who y'all think gonna win this game, man? Let's get into it, man. Who wins and why, man? Who wins and why, and how you see it playing out?
Uh, I'm actually going to say the Giants are going to win this game, but I think we're going to win it by a field goal. Taking my honest Giants bias out, I think this is going to be a very close game. We always play tough against Washington. Past few times we played against them, they've always been tight knit games. I think, you know what? I think Daniel Jones has got to have a statement game. I do. I think Daniel
Mm,
Jones, and not with his legs, Daniel Jones has got to have a statement game with his arm because everybody is still questioning Daniel Jones in terms of being the starting quarterback for the future because he's getting it done with his legs. He's making throws at times, but he's still not had that signature game helping us win throwing the football. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Daniel Jones to have that signature game on offense throwing the football. And also, I think that Ojolari is a huge, huge, huge addition for us on the defensive side. Like you said, MYG, you brought it up a couple of weeks ago saying that Ojolari is one of the biggest
mm-hmm.
misses on this team right now, and now we got him back. Let's see how him and Thibodeau are going to be able to get a pass rush on the outside because I think those two guys can become the difference. And in terms of us, we have to be able. We might even have to get to a quick passing game with Breda, maybe with Richie James, obviously Slayton, to try to
Mm-hmm.
negate their pass rush because of the fact we're so weak right now in the interior offensive line. And I would not be surprised if they line up Montez Sweat a whole lot against Evan Neal coming back from his injury. So I really want to see how the offensive line and especially Azeez Ojulari look, and I'd like to see Daniel Jones get it done. But I think we are going to win by a field goal in the end.
What you got, Rodney? Who wins and why?
You know I'm gonna have to go with the Giants, man, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
At least by 3 points to a touchdown, at least.
Good
I don't see
deception.
it. How's it going, deception? I don't see it going. I don't necessarily. I'm not going to say that I'm going to see a blowout. It's going to be a very tight game. 3 points, a touchdown is probably going to be the difference. For me, the offense has to be able to keep the defense off the field to give those guys some rest. So the keys to this win, in my opinion, it's got to be the offense and everything to do with the offense, getting the run game going, being able to get DJ running as far as RPOs and get him rolling out on some bootlegs to be able to keep the defense honest and have their focus not only on just Saquon Barkley, but someone else, And if that opens up the pass game and getting it deep to Darius Slayton, that's a plus. Keep their defense on the field, get those guys gassed and tired so we can keep our defense fresh to do what they have to do. So the offense has got to step up. The offense has got to step up. That's who's going to win us this game this week. The offense. Not necessarily, I know it's a multifaceted part, special teams, defense, and offense, but the
All right, ain't
offense
nobody
has
talk
got to
about
step
special
up.
teams, man. Special teams ain't no love, man. What's
Special teams have been giving us
Exactly,
love. That's the problem. Special
Hey,
teams
you
have
know
been
what?
giving us an aggravation.
Matter of fact, you know
what's
what?
good, Dash? What's good? I
What's
see
going
you,
on,
man.
Dash?
What's going
What
on,
up,
everybody?
Dash?
How y'all
Go ahead,
doing, man?
Rodney. Finish
Good,
your
good.
point.
How you feeling,
You know
bro?
what?
I'm good, man. I finished all my treatment for this pneumonia. I'm clear, lungs are clear, so I'm good to go. Thanks for asking.
Glad to see
No
you healthy,
problem,
bro.
man.
That's good, man. That's what's up.
That's what it
You know
do.
what, NYG, to your point, what's that guy, the Scottish Hammer? Gilliam?
Gillian, yeah.
Gillen,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jamie Gillen.
That guy has got to get better with his punts. You know, when
Yes.
they want you to, you know, when the coaches ask you to get it down to where, you know, they're in the 10, you know, within the 10-yard line or below, you got to get it done. So special teams, yes, is very important there, NYG. Very, very important. That the punter has got to do his job. We know Gano is going to go out there and do his job. But when it's all said and done again, I can't even stress it enough. The offense has got to step up.
No, I agree with that. And I've been here the whole time. I've been listening the whole time. You know, I'm on the West Coast. It's breakfast time for me. So, you know, I was rushing trying to get my breakfast so I can hop on with you guys because y'all was touching on some good points, Pauls. But I agree with you. The offense, we keep pushing on the defense because I think we see the defense as our strength, which it is. But this offense, there's no excuses, man. This offense has to make something happen. The defense can't do it alone. And to your point, Daniel Jones has to get it done with his legs and his arm this week. And not saying that he got to go crazy, you know, running, but I need him to convert some first downs with his legs if possible, or, you know, by any means necessary, actually, as long as he's converting the first downs. But you need to get something from the offense because week after week, it's been one or the other. In my opinion, it's either been a good running game and the passing game is like meh, or it's a Daniel Jones throwing for 40 attempts, and then there's no running game. If we can just get a balance, and I know it's a lot to ask for because we don't got the horses, but if we can just get a little bit of some balance where if we can get 100 yards, rushing from Saquon Barkley, but also get a game where Daniel Jones is throwing for like 260 or something like that, or 260 total with rushing and throwing the ball. I think we'll see those games where we, score in the high 20s or something like that. But we need to convert and keep their offense off the field. And it's not like they're some high-powered offense. It is still only Taylor Heineke.
Right.
But you've seen they've scored in bunches before. Taylor Heineke can get hot. And then he has the wide receivers, man. And he got some guys there, some dogs there that can play, and they believe in him. So that's the thing that had me so anxious because I at first I was calling it. I was like, oh, I'm nervous about this game. I'm not nervous. It's anxious because I just want to see this team be better than what they've shown us on the field so far as putting it all together and be mistake free too, man. I don't want no penalties, man. None of them BS penalties.
That's the thing.
Man.
That's on that. You hit probably the biggest key to the game, and that's the dang on penalties because the Giants have played well at times, but then they get a big play and they have a penalty, and then they fall apart every time. Every time they have one penalty, this team cannot overcome mistakes, whether it's turnovers or penalties. They have to play a clean brand of football.
You know what's crazy?
They're gonna be in trouble. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? And I don't know if it's just me. I'm pretty sure y'all feel the same. Every time we have a big play, I'm looking for flags.
Yeah. Me too. Same way.
Same way. I'm like,
wait for that yellow to go on the field. I'm waiting for the yellow to pop on the field, and then there you go. Tommy Phillips, thank you.
You know what, Dash? If we were in them spaces, I'd be throwing up that 100 like 100 times right now.
Seriously.
I wish they would have something like that in this right now.
Every time there's a big play, like and it's sickening, man. Because I hate to feel that way, man, but it's just in me right now, and it's crazy that because I don't think other people are doing that. They have a big play and they're looking for the flag to call it back, but that's just kind of luck we've been having.
It's because we're one of the most penalized teams in the league. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And to your point too, they don't get no respect from these dang on officials. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen Jones get hit dirty a couple times, no call. You know what I'm saying? We all see KT getting held on almost every play, no call. You know what I'm saying? So even with the defense, you know what I'm saying? It's just doesn't seem like they really respect our players. And this has got to change, man. And this is Brian Dable, Joe Shane, John Mara need to be on the NFL like, hey, look. Send them the tape. Like, look, our guys are getting hosed and y'all are not calling it. We're at home and we still ain't getting no fucking calls. Pause. Excuse my language. But that's my problem. You know what I'm saying? They don't respect us.
I think with more wins it shouldn't be this way. I think with more wins, you'll probably get more calls because I'm looking at Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence has been getting held too, and he's getting the flags. They're pulling out the flag for Dexter Lawrence, but Tibbs ain't getting that same respect. Even Leonard Williams not getting that same respect because he getting held too. So yeah, man. But I will say this. Like I said, I went from nervous to anxious. But what I put in that video, I was like,
Breezy, what's good with you, my guy?
It was good, Breezy. What's good is that the more tape that I watched, the more games that I watched of Washington, I just calmed down. Like, you know what? Yes, they threw some wins together, but it's not what I thought it was. You know
who did they beat?
Yeah, exactly that too. I mean, outside of that Philadelphia Eagles game, they kind of beat the same people we beat as far as these games go. But and what I forget who was saying it because, like I said, I was cooking and eating at the same time. When y'all mentioned, being able to stop their run, that's the key right there. Yeah. Stopping their run, and then it's in the interior linebacker play. I'm glad y'all brought that up. The interior linebacker play, like you said, NYG, it sucks.
It does.
It sucks. That's the weakness of the defense right there. And those two spots are the weakness of the defense, in my opinion.
And they can't, and they're not good at anything. They can't cover or stop the run. That's
I was so high on McFadden.
At least if you got some linebackers that can cover, you know what I'm saying? You can do a little something with them. Or at least if you got some linebackers that's going to go downhill and stop the run, okay, maybe you swap them out for a couple for some safeties on you know what I'm saying, passing downs, but they can't do either, man. They're just such a huge liability, man. That's why somebody, I don't know if this was a Commanders fan or not, Irrelevant Franchise, he put a good point in the chat, man. He said Logan Thomas is going to have a huge day, and I can't rebuttal that.
Because I think it's going to be Curtis Samuel. I think Curtis Samuel is going to be
one of them two is going to go off.
Curtis Samuel could destroy us in this game, especially against Flott in the slot. I think Samuel's the guy that scares me the most, even more than Scary Terry.
Because I don't worry about our outside corners as much, man. It's the inside.
It's what's going on in that. I'm telling you, it's all in the interior linebacker spot. I will say this about McFadden though. Every time I see him, I have to remember where we drafted him and where he came from and what his limitations are. Because if this was a regular season and Beavers was here and the shit that happened with Blake Martinez, if that didn't happen, these guys would be learning from some real interior linebackers. They got nobody to learn from. They got Jalen Smith, who's a journeyman, who he steps up, but he's still super wild to me. He's all over the place. He's over pursuing. He's getting caught in the wash. He's getting. It was a play last week where Micah McFadden filled perfectly. And Jalen Smith got caught in the wash and couldn't make that tackle. And Pollard, he gets to the secondary and what should have been like a 3-yard gain turned into like a 12-yard gain. And that's the kind of stuff that can't happen because Jalen Smith is not a small dude. You shouldn't be getting caught up in the wash. You're tall enough to see over these linemen. And the play was right there, but he just could not find the running back. And it's like you cannot have this stuff happening. And I just think like what my man said in the chat, deception, Beavers. I think we missed out a lot on Beavers, and he missed out on the opportunity of learning a lot this season. So next year is like almost his rookie season again. And I just think how we getting, well, not just us because I'm selfish as a fan, but him as well being cheated out of missing out on this learning opportunity. To be out there with these guys because he was looking like a guy for real in that preseason in the short amount of time that he was playing. And I just hope that he can come back with that same energy. Hopefully his knee is good when he comes back and we can see what we can do. But I think we addressed the linebacker spot in the offseason too, as far as getting the guy in here. A lot of people
must.
I agree.
That's got to be a top priority.
Well, you see, the rumors is like Edmonds from Buffalo. That's the guy they targeting. So if that's the case, I love that.
Bring him.
Bring in Tremaine Edmonds.
Yes.
Oh man, how the hell
Beavers?
Not be ecstatic?
Yeah, man.
And then this will push these guys back to the roles they supposed to be in, which is backups.
Exactly.
Crowder and McFadden and Jalen Smith. That's
going to make your defensive line that much better when you got Leonard Williams and you got Dexter Lawrence and you got Aziz and you got Tibbs on the outside. It's going to just make the defense a lot more complete overall. So I agree with that one. That's a great point.
What's good, Coach?
What's good, everyone?
Coach.
How's everyone doing?
Good. How you doing,
Coach?
Coach?
How you
Ready
doing?
for this game? Ready for this big game, man? Yeah, man. Get in there, coach, man. What's your thoughts on the game, man? We got about 20 more minutes to kick off, man. So we're gonna spin it around. I'm gonna take y'all right up to close to kickoff time, then I'm gonna let everybody out of here. But what's your thoughts on the games, coach? Who wins and why? What you got for me?
I don't know if he heard you,
coach.
Sound like you.
Yeah, maybe he'll be back.
We can hear him.
Yeah, I agree. Are you there? Okay, all right.
No. I'm saying we can hear him moving around. I thought we heard him moving around, but maybe not.
Okay, cool. We'll get back to him. Yeah, the linebackers, man. He was talking about the linebackers, man. I definitely think they're gonna have to upgrade this linebacker position, man, in the offseason, man.
Yeah.
And also corner. You gotta get Fly and Holmes and them out the slot. You know what I'm saying? They ain't cutting it, man. I like what we got on the outside, especially if Adoree comes back. You got Aaron Robinson come back. Maybe you can bring Monroe back on a decent sized deal. If not, you can draft a guy. But we got to do something about this. This middle of the field it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy too because it's not like there's a lack of linebackers out there. We just had the injury bug hit our linebackers, but it's some guys out there. There's a lot of guys out there that are available. But one thing I wanted to say too, because you broke news to me, I didn't know that KJ wasn't playing, and that was one of my keys that I was talking about was the tight end position. We need. I think that's where the mismatch is in this game. Bellinger was one thing, but I thought KJ is coming along, and the way that they can use him in the mismatch was important in this game to me. But now that he's out, and you said, what is he out for?
I don't know, man.
I think he's just inactive. I think they just made him inactive. Yeah.
Wait, a healthy scratch? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think they picked Hudson and Myrick over
Hudson got cut.
Hudson got waived.
Yeah.
Did he?
Okay. It's Myrick and Bellinger.
Okay, now call me crazy.
Wow.
Boy.
You know what that's telling me? They're gonna run the football.
Personnel.
They're gonna run the football. Yep.
Which is what we should be doing with the lack of weapons we have on the outside. You run that damn football and you make Washington try to have to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then another thing you said too, when we were talking about the team and we always used to talk about depth. New York Giants don't have depth, but I looked at it a different way. I think we got all depth, but no like starters.
Yeah.
That's what the team is built on, a bunch of depth players, in my opinion. That probably wouldn't start if you had better talent in here. So I just think if we get a couple of guys in here that starting caliber, like really starting caliber, will start for any team they play on, then I think you start to see a change. But I love the way these coaches got these guys playing right now.
Yeah.
They trust the system. They trust that each other. And right now, you just see that the writing on the wall that, yes, this season is what it is. I think it still could be a special season, but you just see what the future lies once you get the players in here, man. And we can compete with anybody once we get, some guys in here as well.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. So real quick, man, give me a score. Well, let me ask this question first, since I got it in the title. Let's just get this out the way. What's good? Cavase. Hope I'm bad with names, bro. But appreciate you pulling up, man. First time seeing you in this chat, man. If you would please do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. I do this every Sunday.
Yes.
Giants conversations, it's all Giants talk, you know what I'm saying? But please hit that like, subscribe button, man. It don't cost you nothing, man. Help support the show and support all of these brothers, man. Big Dash knows, man. He has his own channel, as well as Jeffy T85 and my man Big Blue Corner Rodney, man. Also a supporter of the show and the Giants community. So support these guys and myself as well. But OBJ, man. OBJ, man.
Are we really going to talk about this right now?
Is he coming back? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. Is he coming back? Because a lot of fans definitely think that this is what we need to make a run. I disagree, but given the news we heard, given all the rumors and everything we heard, man, just a quick answer. We ain't got to get into it. Just a quick answer. Do you think he's coming back to the New York Giants when it's all said and done?
I'll start. Go ahead.
Honestly,
no.
Not your opinion, just what you think
No.
is going to happen.
I think no. I think he's going to be going to the. I think he's going to Buffalo or Dallas. I just don't think the money and the years are going to come together for what Odell Beckham Jr. might want to be looking for. I think his heart might want to come back to New York and right the wrongs of what happened previously. But I just think when it comes down to it, the money and the years are something that Joe Shane is not going to be. Not going to be what Odell Beckham Jr. is going to look for. I just don't see it.
Hey, bro, my name is Unpopular Opinion Sports, so I don't judge nobody's opinion, my man. So
that's a fact.
Any opinion you have, man, is good and well yours, and I will definitely respect that. I promise you that.
Trust me.
About Daniel Jones.
The skin is thick. The skin is thick here. Everybody got to be in here. We can handle all opinions for sure.
All right, but go ahead.
I think he is.
Think he is?
I think he is. And the question that you got to ask yourself is, okay, is he coming back for a ring because he's already got one? Or is he coming back to, as some fans have said, as to put a stamp on his legacy as far as a player? What better place than the place where it got, you started it? So in my opinion, I think he comes back. Maybe it's not necessarily for the money because he knows he can probably go to Buffalo or even to Dallas with their messed up issue that they got going on down there.
Yeah.
But
it's all
I
good,
think he
Coach.
comes back. I think he comes back, honestly.
Yeah, for me, I think yes too. And I think a couple of reasons, because I thought one way, I was like, you know what, it's going to be the money and the Giants can't afford him for what he's asking for. And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, I think the Giants probably offer him the most money. Not saying that it's going to be a lot of money, but as far as comparison, because OBJ is not going to be a number one anywhere else. He's not going to be a number one in Dallas. He's not going to be a number one with the Bills. So that's the first thing. How much money are these other teams willing to pay a guy that's not going to be the number one talent? And then I thought about, like you said, legacy. And I think about who his friend is. One of his biggest friends is LeBron James, and how much it meant for LeBron James to come back to Cleveland and win the championship at home. So I think as far as legacy goes, that has to play a role in his decision making. But then it just feels right in my opinion. And like I said, I'm a Giants fan, so I might be biased. But since he left, we've been waiting for him to come back. It almost seems like, and a lot of the fan base did turn on him when he left. But since he's been going, I still got an Odell bobblehead in my background, man. I refuse to throw it away. You know what I mean? I used to have it at my work desk when I was, before I was hybrid and all that stuff. But yeah, man, to me it feels right. I won't be heartbroken if it doesn't happen. I will be upset if he goes to Dallas. But it is what it is in my opinion. If it happens, it happens. I think it's all good if he comes. I think he helps out everybody if he comes. Because he just garners so much attention from the defense. Or if you don't want to pay attention to him, let him smoke you. You know what I mean? Because he still got something. He still got something left in the tank.
Yeah, he still got a little wiggle.
He might not be OBJ, but he's still Odell Beckham Jr. for sure. So put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. But I think it does happen. I do disagree with you though. I think if he signs, I do want him back this year. I want him back this year, whether he's a decoy or a full on threat. I would like to see him. Maybe not in the regular season. Maybe that doesn't happen. But if we in the playoffs and we have Odell Beckham on the roster, you think he won't play? Nah, that's not happening.
How much would you guys give him? How much would you guys give Beckham, and how many years?
I won't give him anything over $12 million. I would rather have him in the 8 to 10 range.
Say 10, yeah.
I'd rather have him in the 8 to 10 range. $12 million would be with like incentives. Yeah. But you figure none of that happens this year. There's no way he's hitting incentives this year. But if he's looking for anything like 15, 20 million, he's crazy. He's crazy.
He ain't getting it, man.
Yeah,
he ain't getting it from Buffalo, and he ain't getting it from Dallas, like you said, man. Because
I don't know. Jerry Jones might be crazy.
They got receivers.
Yeah, but Jerry Jones might be nuts enough. Like, I think that OBJ might put us over the top.
Steven Jones is running that franchise, man, and he ain't no dummy. And they got that other guy too. Remember that GM that the Giants been trying to get? What's his name?
I can't remember.
Oh, they was
I
trying
know,
to sign him
I
last
know
year.
you
They got
talking
him
about
over
them.
there too. So it ain't Jerry. He got the final say, yeah. But Dallas has been. Look at Dallas's team. I can't stand them, but they put that team together very well, man.
They
And if Jerry Jones was still calling the shots, shit.
And you know what?
They would have drafted. They would have drafted the. Who's that quarterback? The one that was from Texas A&M years ago, the shorter quarterback that got kicked out of the league a couple of years afterwards. Manziel. They would have picked Johnny Manziel. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here comes here comes the DJ hate.
Yeah,
I was waiting for that DJ hate to come.
He says, "Yeah,
I was waiting.
DJ can't give them the ball." I mean, that's your opinion. Like I said, I'm not gonna knock it. I've never been a DJ supporter, but I'm not a DJ hater either. I'm kind of neutral when it comes to the Jones conversation, but I see both sides of it. But yeah.
I'm gonna support the kid because he's a New York Giant.
That's it.
Regardless,
that's it right there.
Because he's a New York Giant.
That's all to it.
You know what I say? I say Daniel Jones is the QB of the New York Giants till he ain't.
I see you, Tommy. What's good, man? Tommy, man, appreciate you putting up.
And when he's no longer the quarterback for the New York Giants, I'm not gonna care about him. But for right now, the way I am, loyalty to the team, I gotta ride with him. Ride with him. That's it. Even if I don't like him 100%. It doesn't matter. You don't like your family, all of them, but you still ride with them.
Big facts,
that's a great point.
Let me see your hunters in the comments. Let me see the comments, man.
That's a fact, man. You don't like all your family members, but you still, that's family at the end of the day. So right now, Daniel Jones is family, good, bad, and ugly. But I don't mind because here's the thing, though. I had some heavy criticisms about Eli Manning, during the later ends of his career. I thought he was washed, but I would never say that outside of a Giant square. I always defended Eli Manning when I was talking to other teams and other fans and things like
I'm
that.
The same
but
way.
When we in these circles like we are now, we could talk and be critical of the players on the team. And I appreciate that.
Only we get to do that, though.
Like I said,
you Washington fans, you Cowboy fans, y'all can't talk about Jones. Y'all can't talk about Eli. Y'all can't talk about Barkley.
No, you guys talk about Tony Romo and talk about Carson Wentz and your guys.
I just want to respond to Kai Vase, and I do apologize if I'm not saying your name right. I love it. Like you said, you're not about to fool yourself. I love that, and you shouldn't do that at all. Absolutely, because like I said, we at some point in time, I'm pretty sure everybody in here has been critical of Daniel Jones. I'm still critical of Daniel Jones to this day. But what I keep on saying is this: until that man is not a Giant, until he's not a Giant, I gotta ride with him because we don't got nobody else to ride at quarterback right now.
It ain't going to be Tyrod Taylor. We're telling you that. Tyrod Taylor is not the answer.
Not yet. Well, he's not this year. Not this year. Not this year. So, I swallowed my pride on that one. Because I thought, open competition in summer, it didn't happen. But Daniel Jones, man, right now he gives us, in my opinion, the best position. I mean, the best chance to win, even over Tyrod Taylor, and that's just my personal opinion. And that doesn't mean I love Daniel Jones. It's just that my thoughts right now is saying that, I like him over Tyrod Taylor.
Kenny Galladay not active, please.
Yeah, Kenny Galladay's not active. He's sick. A bunch of Giants players got
we're sick too. We're sick of him.
Sick of him, right?
That's a fact.
But I got something I'm gonna tease it that I'm gonna pull up Tuesday that's gonna hopefully level out this Daniel Jones debate, man, because there is a reasonable option here, but we're not gonna get into that right now. We're talking about Washington. So as far as answering the OBJ question, I do think the Giants sign him. I think they do in the offseason. I think they line up a deal. I think he takes all his visits and signs with the Giants in the offseason. They already have a deal waiting on him. And that's what I think.
You guys aren't going to like this, but if he's coming back, I'm telling you, Shepard and Barkley will be back too.
Be back. I want Barkley back, but
Shepard's going to be back.
Stop that Shepard stuff. Stop that Shepard stuff, man.
He's going to be back. I'm telling you, that's his boy. He's going to want to play with Shepard Barkley again.
I can't give
Stop Shepard. Stop that Shepard stuff, man. You can't get that man money. You know what's
giving
great?
Away money.
You remember the what was it? The Dark Knight Returns when the Joker burned up all that money behind him.
Yeah.
That's what giving Sterling Shepard his money is just burning that money behind you, man. You can't get that man no money.
You don't think Beckham's gonna come back and be like, you know what? I hope you guys bring back my boy Shep too.
You know what
the
though?
5th receiver on the team or something.
So they can all be on the sideline next year.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
And Darius Slayton could be out there as the number one again.
I have to be honest.
Just like I told y'all this year.
Himself. I think Slayton might be outpricing himself from coming back.
You think so? I don't know what his money is.
I think he might be.
I think they actually might try to bring him back.
They can't sign everybody. That's the problem.
You know,
that's true. But you need bodies. You only got one wide receiver on the roster.
Now see, we're gonna open Pandora's box. What's a good number for Slayton? He's a number 2, number 3 wide. He's a number 2 at best, but he's normally a number 3 wide receiver. What do you pay a guy like that?
1 year, prove it at 5.
4 or 5 million, right? That's it.
1 year.
Is he going to take that? And would he take that? Though?
Where else is he going to get it?
I think he might take more.
Where else is he going to get it?
Christian Kirk got a ridiculous deal, and he's not number 1.
Yeah, but
Christian Kirk didn't have all the injuries that Shepard did.
Slayton's going to be the number 1 receiver on the market. This is why I think OBJ, if he's smart, he will wait till the offseason to sign. He's going to get more money because basically it's you and Slayton. You know what I'm saying?
It only
really
takes
ain't nobody else out there.
One general manager out there that is going to be willing to bank on a guy like Darius Slayton and bank on his upside to throw all that money out there. It only takes one GM, and we see it every year.
I would give Slayton 6 or 7 million. I would give him 6 or 7 million.
Are we talking about Slayton or are we talking about Shepard here?
No, Slayton. No, Shepard would get like $1 million.
I'm not signing to Shepard. But I would sign Darius Slayton because Darius Slayton has proven he can at least stay on the field and be productive.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. No, because I was looking at what Tommy was putting in the chat, but you stay on this point. You had a point for Slayton before. I didn't want to.
I would give him 6 or 7. I would give him 6 or 7 mil, man. If you're gonna give OBJ 10, you give him 6. That's 15, 16 mil right there. You got in your position, and then you got Wan'Dale Robinson, and then you draft a couple guys behind him. And that's your core. And
I think we might be drafting 2 wide receivers this year.
No question about it. Yeah. Absolutely. I think we draft one early and we draft one later on in the draft.
I want to restack that whole wide receiver core.
Yeah, we need to. So what I want to say to Tommy is this. I'm all for that. I believe that. I believe Jones needs to be deprogrammed. But to me, it's just the timing and not having time on his side is the issue. And then there's no loyalty to him from the GM spot or the head coach spot. And what we've seen this season, it gives you a little bit of hope for the future for Daniel Jones. But it's just, to me, you still need a lot more. And like I said, we got 6 games. We can go into these next 3 games, and Daniel Jones could do something crazy. And the opinion will change again. But right now, if the season ended today, I don't see it. I don't see it. As much as I root for the kid, I just don't see it with the kind of stats that are being put up. Now, he is looking better. I'll give you that. He is protecting the ball, but at the risk of production. He's safe, but the production is struggling because of how safe he is, in my opinion. And yes, wide receivers matter. You know, what he's dealing with matters, but life ain't fair. And it's not fair for him. You got to
elevate above the talent, man.
It's not fair for him, but
you do.
But
I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but sometimes
the table is set, though. The table is set for him. If he wants to be the New York Giants quarterback, he got 6 games to prove it.
I think he's going to back himself into a contract with the Giants just because of lack of options. You're not going to be high enough to draft a guy. There's nobody in the free agency. Are you going to mortgage your future to trade for a guy like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? For God forsake, I don't see it happening, man. I think the Giants' best course of action is to roll with Daniel Jones, man, and plan for the future, man. You know what I'm saying? With either drafting a guy this year in the later rounds, maybe you don't want to spend a first round pick. Maybe you draft a developmental guy, or you know what I'm saying? Just rolling the dice, man, and taking your quarterback and letting him sit and develop, man. And you bring this guy back on a 1 or 2 year deal. I mean, I think that's the only best course of action for the Giants, because if you let him go, then you're going to be forced to start a rookie quarterback, because Tyrod Taylor is not going he's not the answer, and he'll probably get hurt anyway. First couple games of the season, you're gonna be forced to start your rookie anyway.
Exactly.
But that being said, it's almost game time, y'all. Give me a score, man. Give me a score, and we're gonna get on out of here, man.
Yeah, I got the Giants 24-17, and I got to get my fire stick going right now. So, yeah, it is what it is. 24-17.
There you go, Dash. I'm the same way. I'm the same thing. 24-17.
24-21. Daniel Jones drives them down. Get a game-winning field goal by Graham Gano.
And don't forget the touchdowns by Galladay, Jeffy.
Oh yeah.
Galladay.
Oh yeah. Sitting on. Yeah, he's gonna be catching those touchdowns on the sideline. Remember, guys. 4 catches for 50 yards. Well spent. Money well spent, everyone. Hey, Kadarius Toney's doing a lot over there in Kansas City. He's hurt again with another hamstring.
Them hammies. All right, fellas. Y'all stay up, man. Good luck, fellas.
All right,
Dash.
man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for pulling up, bro, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Anytime.
If y'all haven't already, please go subscribe to Big Dash Knows, man. One of the best content creators on YouTube, man, as well as Jeffy T, man, myself, man. My man, Big Blue Corner, Rodney, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Mac the Giants fan. Appreciate you,
Thank
brother,
you,
man. Tommy, appreciate you.
Let's get it.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate Miss Ronnie as always, the lovely Miss Ronnie. Appreciate you pulling up. Appreciate Coach, man. My dog, my big bro, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate Kev, man. Appreciate you, man. Deception, man. Appreciate you, man. Big fan Breezy, my man. Big fan Breezy. Appreciate you, man.
How about the Nets, Breezy? How about the Nets?
They cooking, man. Man. I can't wait till Tuesday. We're gonna get into the bag. Appreciate you, Sexy 69. Appreciate you for pulling up, spamming the chat.
Appreciate that, Sexy.
Yeah, man. You know,
bro.
Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody, man. The lovers and the haters, man. It's all good, man. But I'm with Jeff, man. 24-21, man. Let's get this dub, man. And until next time, y'all, go Giants, man. We up out of here, man. It's game time. Woo! Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Peace.